Cancerians, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the Heart. I hope you guys are really well. So today's reading is your September 2016 general monthly forecast. Just to let you know, you had your live spread reading, and on that I didn't appear because I like to, people have been screaming out and saying, we can't see the cards, blah, blah, blah. But, there are some readers that show cards, just the cards, and there are some readers that talk to the screen. I'm one of these readers that likes to talk to the screen. It's as simple as that. That's how I like to connect. All right, I don't want to be kind of some faceless being on the screen, and that's not an issue. That if somebody wants to show the cards, very good way of doing it. It's exceptional because obviously the client, the audience can see exactly what direction they're taking with the cards. But for me, I like to speak on screen. So what I've decided to do is on bigger readings like the live spread, I'm going to be coming up with a Celtic Cross, an expanded Celtic Cross reading for you guys at some point as well before the end of the year. You'll always see, what the cards look like. So you'll always see the spread. On general readings, you'll always see me. So that's my way of connecting with you guys, okay? Because I enjoy doing it this way. I enjoy interacting with the camera. And I enjoy just being, on camera and just speaking with my audience, okay? So I just thought I'd let you in on that. If any of you guys want a private reading, please go here, www.carolsuniverse.co.uk. You can also join me on Facebook. Right, so for the month of September 2016, your general energy is showing the Sun in the reverse, along with the Page of Wands. And that's a really beautiful scene because that shows me, or that kind of tells me, that the general energy is that you're not letting things hold you back, Cancerians, in the month of September 2016. Now, the Sun card, when it's in the reverse, it's never a bad card. The Sun can never be a bad card outright. When it's in the reverse with me, with the Sun, when I look at this card, because remember when you read tarot, it's important to look at the figures on the card. What is the figure trying to say to you? What is the imagery? How is it affecting you? What do you feel about it? What comes to me with the Sun in reverse is delay, or a delay on something positive kind of taking effect. Because when it's upright, the Sun is all to do with optimism, summer. It can be, by the end of the summer, I guess, the sun going down. We're entering into the winter time, it's sort of the autumn stroke winter. So I feel that, part of this can be potentially, the end of a phase in which you're coming out of, maybe with that Page of Wands energy. The Page of Wands is all about adventure, and it's about seeking adventure. When you get pages, yes, they are messengers. Yes, they can be young children. Yes, they can be immature energy, but they can also represent the start of something new and the start of something fresh happening. And when you get the Page of Wands, often this card means a fresh adventure. And I feel it is a fresh adventure that, a lot of you Cancerians are looking to kind of move towards. The Sun in reverse, and the fact that that page is coming out of the Sun in reverse, maybe for some of you guys you're coming out of a time of feeling a little bit low, because when I look at the Sun in reverse, it also reminds me, with that Page of Wands, the fact that we do have a very kind of upbeat, seize the day type of character. If you look at these two cards together, Cancerian, what does that say to you? Just looking at the imagery. When you get wands are what are wands about? They're burning. They're fire. So it's the passion and the sure motivation that we have to move forward. Whenever you get wands, they're all about the growth or the intention to make something happen. Sometimes wands can be literally all hot air. So, you get something like the Two of Wands, and it's about the intention to start something, the intention to move forward onto a new journey. This one person has one wand that they're holding in front of them along with a globe. So they intend to travel, probably. They intend to take an idea forward. But it's the intention. Just because you have an intention, sometimes it doesn't always mean that you see it through. So you need more grounded energies as far as I'm concerned. Things like Pentacles that literally show the manifestation of what you're all trying to do. This Page of Wands, whenever you get Page of Wands, it can denote a message that comes to you in terms of creativity, work matters. Usually Page of Wands is a message to do with work matters, career matters. But aside from that, it is the intention to feel inspired to move forward. And I feel that you guys are feeling inspired, or will be feeling inspired, to move out of a time that probably has been somewhat, I don't think it's been, it could have been frustrating, yes, because I'm looking at the rest of the spread, which suggests that there are some frustrations that you're going to need to deal with potentially in the month of September, Cancerians. Okay, I'll just let you guys know that right now. I feel that there will be some niggling things that you need to deal with, because the intention is already there to move forward. And I feel that you'll have already made your mind up that you're going to do this, that you're going to move forward, that you're not going to let anything hold you back. Because the Sun in reverse doesn't hold the Page of Wands back. He's walking out of that Sun in reverse. And as I said, the Sun in reverse is very much a key card in this overall energy for the month of September, because the Sun in reverse, it can be that, you say by the end of summer, I decide to do something. Okay, because the Sun in reverse for me always reminds me of the sun going down. Okay, the sun going down on something. And it always reminds me somewhat of being the close of summer to a certain extent when I'm looking at this spread and I'm looking at that. So for some of you guys, you might have made a decision that by the end of summer you're going to do something, or you're going to make a decision to do something. The Sun in reverse can also mean for me where, there have been a delay on certain things. And the Page of Wands doesn't represent delay. Usually cards like the Page of Swords would represent delay, but this is kind of go, go, go. Everything is moving forward now. Everything is, you're inspired, you're excited, you're on a new journey, there's a new fresh start happening, and you intend to take it. You might not know much about it. I mean, the Page of Wands in a way as a card can be somebody who doesn't think about something, or they allow their sheer sense of joy, or just their sheer sense of throwing caution to the wind, just to kind of catapult them into doing something. And so this card sometimes, yes, it can mean I didn't think about doing that properly, or thinking it through. I just decided to do it, which is why sometimes the Page of Wands can be a little bit of a cautionary tale when you're looking at moving forward with an idea. Page of Wands sometimes, if it's, if it's something that's trying to advise you, it can mean, have you looked into all the details properly? Have you kind of crossed the T's and dotted the I's? Have you done all of that stuff, or have you just decided to throw caution to the wind and just do it? So sometimes this card can act as, a little bit of a caution, or it's telling you sometimes to be cautious in what you do. And are you being a little bit immature in terms of how you're seeing things or seeing the world? Because the Page of Wands as a child, he'd be very mischievous, but he can also be the kind of kid that's in two minds as well. He changes his mind an awful lot. One minute he'll be in a sweetie shop and he'll be like, I want a lollipop. And the next minute he'll be, no, actually, I want to buy a chocolate. Because he's just that kind of kid. He's all about the fun, fun, fun. That's what the Page of Wands is. But I feel for some of you guys, you've been involved in something for a time. And I feel that it's almost like this thing sees no end, or this thing sees no resolution. And I feel for some of you guys, I'm just getting the impression that you say, you know what, fuck it, because I'm kind of done with the wait on this. I don't know how serious it is, though. I mean, it looks a little bit serious from the 8 cards that I'm looking at here, Cancer, but with the Sun in reverse, I know the Sun in reverse is not a really, really bad card. It's not like the Moon or the Moon in reverse, which can indicate real depression. Okay, so if I were to have the Moon in reverse and then the Page of Wands, and it was acting for me as a situation that was going on, I'd be very wary of that, because I feel that one person would go from one state of being, which would be very, very depressed, to suddenly, oh, I think I'll just do this. So it would almost suggest to me some form of elation going on with that individual, and maybe they could veer from one thing to the other and then veer back, and I think that's quite dangerous. But the fact that we have 2 cards that represent, number 1, fire energies, happy energies. One is in the reverse, but the Sun for me in the reverse just says, there might be a little bit of, I don't even know whether this is difficulty, but I just feel that I'm getting a sense of escapism here. You're trying to escape something that you feel has run its course, potentially is out, well, with that Sun in reverse. Because when you get the Sun upright, it really is all about happy endings, and it's all about things looking bright, things looking really positive, things looking really, things are on the up. It's all about just sheer happiness, because the child is really, really happy on the horse. And there's a sun that, you know, there's a sun that shines on that child. It's all about enjoying life to the max. This card can indicate new relationships that come in. It can indicate a wild person, somebody who's really filled with a lot of self-confidence. But when it's in the reverse, maybe there's something that you no longer have confidence in, that you're deciding that you want to abandon. I just get the impression that maybe you're looking to abandon a situation here, but your advice card is the Temperance card. And I feel that the universe is really saying as advice is that you need to be patient on stuff, because I'm getting the impression that if you're looking to abandon something, Cancerians, or if you're looking to jump ship, or you're looking to move out of a situation that has not fulfilled your, fulfilled the potential, or has not lived up to its potential, or lived up to what you expected it to live up to, because this sun in reverse can also represent to me things that don't live up to our expectations. When you get the sun upright, it's all about positive expectations. Okay, when it's in the reverse, remember the reverse often represents the opposite of what it is to mean upright. So sometimes this is a lack of optimism, and it is a lack of happiness around a certain situation, and it is a lack of motivation, and it is a lack of self-motivation or self-confidence. And it is, for me, where the sun is gradually going down on something. There is a sunset, something is ending here, something has run its course. And I just feel that there is a sense or a need for some of you guys to abandon something that potentially has run its course. But, you know, if you want to make a quick settlement on something with someone, or you want to end something maybe in a quick way because you want to get out of the way, you want to get out of a situation, and you've decided that maybe this thing no longer presents itself as being attractive, because the sun, when it's upright, can represent a very attractive, very, as I've said, self-confident individual, somebody who knows where they're going, somebody who's filled with lots of beans, somebody who's really in the limelight, somebody who is, you know, attracts a lot of interest, a lot of attention. When it's in the reverse, this person no longer, I feel, holds these qualities. There is something that almost mars what that person has, or the gleam on them. There's something that kind of casts a shadow. Because we know when the sun goes down, we know that the moon will rise. And the moon is more like the shadow part, I guess, of the sun. So it's almost like what you thought had the potential, or what you thought had that gleam or that special thing about it, no longer has that. And I feel that there will be the feeling or the need to kind of follow up on a new adventure, Cancerians, because this thing you feel really doesn't hold that special place within your heart anymore. And, you know, I feel that such is the need, in a way, to move on. And we don't have kind of another card to show that it's a slow transition from the sun in the reverse. We have a Page of Wands. And when you get a Page of Wands, for me, this is somebody who wants a quick turnaround. This is somebody who suddenly, you know, as an energy, as a person, for me, the Page of Wands can be somebody who kind of like wants to be in the fun. They want to be in the thick of things. They enjoy the sunshine. They enjoy the light. They enjoy the excitement of life, and they like to be involved in the excitement of life. But they're coming out of the sun in the reverse. So for some of you guys, it might simply be a case of that you've been feeling a little bit down, and you're coming out of that time, okay? And you're kind of reconnecting with your more fun and exciting aspect of yourself as that Page of Wands. And it could be that the advice is, you know, that maybe you need to take it slow, because there's much healing, okay? So if any of you guys are coming out of a time of sickness, whether this be mental or whether it be physical, then I feel the advice with the Temperance card is really kind of, you know, get your energy back, but get it back in a very kind of slow and methodical way. You know, make sure that you take your medicines properly. Make sure that you're healing properly. Make sure that you're doing things, you know, in a practical way, and that you're not rushing so quickly because you're feeling that you need to catch up on maybe things that you've missed. I feel that if it's a relationship reading, and I do feel that this is more about relationships more than anything else, I feel that, you know, it's saying that, you know, you need to be patient, okay, with the Two of Cups, because the Two of, so not the, I always call it the Two of Cups because it is like the Two of Cups in a way. The Temperance card is about two opposing forces that are kind of coming together, and this angel here is aligning the two opposing forces. It's putting things together that create harmony and balance. But I feel also with the Temperance card, this is also trying to work things through, and it's trying to work through a time where you need to be honest with yourself, you know, in terms of the limitations that you have, which is why for me the Temperance card shows an angel that dips its toe in the water. And when you dip your toe in the stream, usually you do it because you want to cool down. So for me, you know, we look at the difference between, say, for example, the Page of Wands and the Temperance card, and for me they're both very different in terms of heat, because the Page of Wands is very hot. So it's hot to trot. When you get a Page of Wands, it's like some hot news that you receive. You know, good news, hot news, straight off the press. I'm waiting for some really urgent news. There's a sense of urgency for me with the Page of Wands. And I feel, in terms of that card being about a sense of urgency, in a way, it's like a sense of urgency to move out of the Sun in reverse. Okay, as I've said, if you experience sickness, you need to cool down and you need to take it one step at a time and get your strength back. Make sure you're taking your medicines, make sure you're doing your meditation, make sure that you are fully or, you know, back in really good health before you make decisions to do certain things, rather than, right, feeling better, I think I'll just go off, because you could easily relapse or something like that. But for some of you guys, if it's a relationship and you're hot to trot, you're hot to move on from it, because the Sun is in the reverse here, then I feel that this is more a case of, with the Temperance card, you need to cool down and temper whatever plans you have right now. Because, you know, it could be that you're really excited about just quickly moving away from something here. As I've said, the energy for me with the Page of Wands and Temperance is very different. This is about cooling down, and with me, the Page of Wands is all about heating up. It's the start of something quite heated, which is why sometimes when you get that in a relationship reading, it can mean the start of a very heated sexual relationship between two people where there's lots of fun. It can indicate, because the wands are very much to do with spirituality, a very strong spiritual bond or connection that you might have with someone. But I never really follow along the lines of that with that Page of Wands. I just feel, when I look at that Page of Wands, he's looking at a wand, okay? He's looking at an erect wand. So he's looking at something of power. And wands are usually instruments of power. They're used in Harry Potter. They're used by magicians to create. So this page is looking at what he can go out and create within his life, which is why he's so adventurous and excited about the journey. Okay? But it's almost like you need to kind of just temper it down a little bit, and you need to be patient, because Rome wasn't built in a day, and maybe there's a need to kind of understand that things aren't going to be as quick moving as potentially you would like, or you think that they're going to be. Your first cards to be drawn are interesting, because we've got the Hierophant, and we've also got the Ace of Wands. So I feel for some of you guys, if this is something to do with divorce proceedings maybe, or something to do with a relationship, the Hierophant is usually a card to do with external advice. So advice from a mentor or a teacher or somebody who gives good guidance. It can also be a card that deals with an establishment, a society of people who have a certain set of rules, standards, beliefs and regulations. And it's interesting that as a result of this, you have the Ace of Wands come up. And the Ace of Wands is the potential for something exciting, a new adventure. Again, it's like a page. Pages and aces, for me, aren't that different. Because pages are young and youthful and they're children. But, you know, the energy is one of youth and starting things up. Which is sometimes why when you get the Page of Wands, it can mean the start of a creative process that you're going through. Okay, and maybe the advice is that you're going through a very creative process that's going to help you to heal potentially. It could be for some of you guys that you have with the Hierophant, maybe a teacher who's inspiring you, because the Ace of Wands can often deal with inspirational and creative ideas that you have. So maybe for some of you guys, you have an inspirational teacher, somebody who gives you really good kind of spiritual advice on how you can kind of move your life along. And maybe this is after coming out of a period of some form of disappointment with that Sun in the reverse. What this Hierophant, or whatever this Hierophant has to say to you, or however it is that you're being governed, I feel with the Ace of Wands, it's making you, it's almost giving you a new epiphany or a new idea or a new inspirational idea that you're wanting to move forward with. And it seems that you do, because for me, we've got a Knight of Pentacles here. And when you get the Knight of Pentacles, sometimes this can mean something that somebody moves forward with. They've got a plan, a game plan that they're moving forward with. But I feel that the plan has already been formulated within this Ace of Wands card here. And the problem with this for me is it hasn't really been thought out, I feel. I feel if the plan is already formulated with the Ace of Wands, the trouble with the Aces is you always need things that follow it up, for me, okay? So the fact that we've got a Knight of Pentacles after that Ace of Wands says to me that you take that forth. You know, you've already, Pentacles are about what's already been formed. So this plan, this inspirational idea that you have with the Ace of Wands, Cancer, it seems that you've already formed it and you've already taken it forward to someone or something. So if the Hierophant represents something to do with law, because the Hierophant often represents legalities, so it can, you know, this can represent somebody like a lawyer's practice, or somebody who deals within the law that you're talking to, somebody who can give you some very good guidance or what you feel to be guidance. So it could be somebody who is advising you, for want of a better word, to do something. And with that, the Ace of Wands says, okay, aha, it's the aha moment. Maybe I could do this. But we've got a Knight of Pentacles, and it seems that you take this forward already. So it's already formed, and you take forward, but it's a small thing. Because remember, when you get a Knight of Pentacles, the pentacle that he holds isn't very much. It really isn't. When you get a Knight of Pentacles, he's like a Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles is the student, so the student learns everything that he can. And then he moves forward with it with the Knight of Pentacles. But the Knight of Pentacles usually moves forward with a sense of cautiousness. And it's almost like you are being a little bit cautious, but it's almost like, I don't want to say that you're being cheeky, or I feel that some of you guys, I just get the impression that some of you guys are trying your luck with something, but not in a bad way, because I feel that you're just desperate to get out of a situation here. I feel that the Page of Wands is signifying that maybe some of you guys are really desperate to move on from this Sun in the reverse, and you take whatever advice that you can from this Hierophant individual, and it looks really good because it inspires you to, and it motivates you to move forward with a certain idea. And the idea that you have is a practical idea, and it could be something to do with money, maybe a settlement. Maybe you say, maybe it's a divorce settlement and you don't want it to go, you know, you don't want to go through all of the rigmarole of court. So maybe you don't want to go down the line of going through a whole court situation. So you're, with the Hierophant, maybe it's your lawyer advises you, or somebody within that practice advises you, and if they say, you know, this could take ages, this could really kind of take ages to sort out. So why don't you offer this particular person this? You know, offer them, I don't know, a tenth of whatever you've got, or, you know, offer them a small portion and see what happens there. But I feel that there is a problem with that, because we have the Five of Swords next, facing directly at that Knight of Pentacles. So whatever it is that you are offering or somebody is offering to you, I feel it is completely 100% denied. Because the Five of Swords means conflict. And you look at this person, they're ready to do war with you. If you are the Knight of Pentacles offering this small thing to this person's not happy with it. They're really, really not happy with it. Okay? Because the Five of Swords means to fight. And it means conflict. And it means I want what I want. I want the lion's share. I want your power. I want your swords. I want everything. Okay? And I'm leaving you with nothing. So I get the impression that it's either you or somebody maybe that you're involved with that makes a small offer, a small gesture, a goodwill gesture. And I feel that this Knight of Pentacles, if anything, is either you or somebody else offering a goodwill gesture. But it seems to be refuted, because I've got that Five of Swords facing directly at that that Knight of Pentacles, sorry. So you kind of come forward almost with an air of caution, because you kind of probably know that this person isn't going to go for this. Because you're trying your luck. It's like, I really get the strong sense that this Page of Wands wants out at any cost from that Sun in the reverse. Had enough. This is no longer working for me. The sun's gone down on this. Okay, it is sunset. This thing is kind of shot out in the water. This relationship, and I need out. And with that Page of Wands, kind of moving out of that sun in the reverse, it says to me that you've gone and got yourself some advice from that Hierophant. It sparked a new idea with the Ace of Wands, and you move cautiously ahead with this goodwill gesture, probably suggested from the Hierophant, towards the person you need to have the settlement with. And this settlement is refuted, because this person says, I don't want your little goodwill gesture. I want it all, or I want more. Because if you look at this person on the Five of Swords, they've taken everything. They've taken everything because they don't want the others to be left with anything. So they've taken absolutely everything. So I feel that this is why, you know, the energy is for you guys that you might, for some of you guys, you might get a little bit too ahead of yourself with a situation, I feel. Because you are eager to move on from a particular situation. But the advice card is saying, you know what, you need to just keep going until you find the right combination. Maybe the right combination to satisfy something, to satisfy a settlement, to satisfy a particular person, because this person might be too difficult to satisfy. They might be too difficult to appease. So you need to kind of calm down a little bit. Don't let the temper side of you, don't let the anger side of you or the frustration wear you down. Because underneath the Hierophant, we do have the Three of Swords. And the Three of Swords suggests to me heartache and heartbreak and difficulty and difficult communication. And that, you know, this could be an air sign person for some of you guys that you're dealing with, because we seem to have a lot of swords. But I don't know whether this is an air sign individual. If it's an air sign individual that you're dealing with, then I feel that the Eight of Swords is this person. And it's funny because we have a King of Pentacles. So this, I feel, is either an earth sign or an air sign that you're dealing with. Because we've got a King of Pentacles sitting right next to that Three of Swords. So it could be something to do with like a separation with the King of Pentacles. Okay? Alright? And I feel that there is something to do with... it could be the divorce proceedings if you're married. I feel that divorce proceedings, if you are married, have not come to that stage just yet. And you want to... work things out before you do go through that divorce. So in other words, you're probably getting some advice, legal advice with the Hierophant card, okay? And it's to do with this Three of Swords, the difficult relationship. How do we sort this out? How do we have a fair division of our means, of what we have, of what we owe, of what we have shared together? And this can be to do with the King of Pentacles, because he's showing up here, male or female. Remember, it's a general reading. And even if it's a personal reading, you can still show up as a king or a queen in a personal reading, just dependent on when you're born. Something, and this is why I feel that the advice card with the Temperance card is showing Cancerians that you need to be patient. And you are working with opposing forces in the month of September 2016, and it's not going to be as easy as just kind of abandoning a situation, or, you know, you're not going to be able to kind of get out of a situation maybe as quickly as you would like with that Sun in reverse and the Page of Wands rushing out of it. Because I just get a sense there that somebody's just, you know, it's like, I'm not dealing with this anymore, I want out, I want a quick way, let's just get this done. What advice can you give me, Hierophant? Because, you know, I'm having problems with this man. It might be somebody that you still live with as well. So it might be someone that you're kind of wanting to move on from. When you get the Sun in reverse as well, for me, it can mean, well, we know that it means something that is potentially negative. Not overly negative, I don't feel, because the Sun is always a good card. We've still got the Sun in the sky, except here it's going down. So I just feel that maybe for some of you guys, if you're still living with someone, and I feel that for some of you guys, you might still be living with an individual, it could be that there is just a very bleak or a very dark kind of aura where you are. And this is why with the Page of Wands, for me, the Page of Wands is also about escapism. Probably moving or going to another country or taking a trip, because you need to escape this Sun in the reverse. Something that's going down, something that's not as bright and as good and as lovely as it used to be. And also the fact that we've got things like, you know, the Eight of Swords that shows up, which shows frustration. And why is it frustration? Whenever you get an Eight of Swords, and you don't know what the situation is, that somebody's frustrated, or they feel that they're being trapped by, or they feel that they're being held back by. It's always good to draw another card to show why they feel like this. And the other card after this shows the Four of Swords. You might be feeling frustrated because somebody is not listening to you. When you get the Four of Swords, it can mean somebody is avoiding you. It can mean that somebody's not listening to you. It can mean that somebody's ignoring you. So I feel that within the month of September, even though it's not a great reading, you know, I'm sure that if this resonates with any of you guys, whether you're married, whether you're not married, whether you're just living with someone, whether you're, you know, it's a common law relationship, whatever the situation is, I do feel here that it's saying that you need to kind of temper, and you need to kind of work away through the situation in which it's fair and it's balanced to both parties, because you're working with a very kind of difficult and opposing force here. And so you need to dip your toe into that river, and you need to cool down and not be so kind of like, I need to do this right now. Because it might be that it doesn't happen right now, and where does that leave you? The fact that you offer something, and it's either you or it's somebody that's offering something to you. Maybe you're the person who's not happy with the situation. But if this is you, Cancerians, the fact that you're offering a goodwill gesture to somebody who's laughing at that and saying, no, absolutely not. I want more than that. It might be you saying that you want more than that. I feel that there will be frustration around this situation because you're feeling ignored. For some of you guys, you might be feeling frustrated, and with that Four of Swords, you might be praying for a miracle. Okay? The advice can also be, with the Temperance card, that you have angelic forces working behind the scenes. So you need to be patient while they work through the situation for you. Okay? Because Temperance card often means, because you've got an angel here, it means that the angel is actually working on your behalf. So there are very strong spiritual and angelic forces working for you. So there's a higher force working on your behalf in the month of September, okay? So, you know, if you find yourself in a situation, Cancerians, where, you know, you've gone and got some advice, you come up with a brilliant idea with the Ace of Wands, that you're going to make a goodwill gesture with the Knight of Pentacles, but somebody is not interested with that Five of Swords because they're heartbroken with the Three of Swords. It might be a King of Pentacles, Earth sign. You might be feeling frustrated because this person isn't listening to you. Or you might be feeling frustrated around this because this person has turned down your offer with that Five of Swords. And you might be praying for a miracle or trying to seek some other avenue. It says that, you know, with the Four of Swords is often the card where we go inward to try and find results, to try and find solutions to a situation. Cancerians, okay? So we put down the sword. If you notice here, this person's in fighting mode. But if you notice here, this person has put down the sword. So this person is not fighting. And if you notice here as well, the Knight of Pentacles comes in gentility, because the Knight of Pentacles is a gentle knight. Okay, he's slow, he's methodical, he's well thought out. But I feel that this will come around quickly, that you will take an idea and want to just move with it very quickly. Even though Knight of Pentacles doesn't move very quickly, the fact that we've got somebody who's offering something straight after an idea, straight after something that has inspired them, the fact that they go and they actually make it as a form, so it's actually in true form. And the only form this can be in is material. So the fact that you come up with an inspirational idea, probably inspired by that Hierophant, you offer the thing straight away. So it's what you have, it's literally what you've probably got right now. And somebody turns their back on it and says, well, they don't even turn their back on it, they're turning to you with a sword and they're saying, I want it, I want more. I don't just want that. Okay? You're not willing to fight this person because you fight quite frustrated. And you might be going inward to try and seek more solutions. You might be praying for a miracle there. You might simply be asking for help. But you've put your sword down. You're not willing to go toe to toe because really you're acting like the gentle knight. I'm coming to you in goodwill. But really what this is saying is that you haven't really thought the process out, which is why we have a Page of Wands. The Page of Wands doesn't think. It really doesn't. As an energy, this Page of Wands doesn't. This Page of Wands is all about I want out and I want out now. And I want out at any cost. I want to go on a new adventure and I just want to fly. I just want to go. So really what this reading is saying to you is that you, in a way, as I said at the beginning, I feel that you need to really think about what, because I feel that there is a sense of being and possibly antagonising somebody even more. Okay, it doesn't have to be a relationship. It can be in anything at all that you can relate this reading to. But if some of you guys are offering something because you want to get out of something really, really quickly, and you just think that what you offer will be enough, it probably won't be enough concerning a particular person, because they're probably hurting too, and they're probably quite angry that you would offer something like that, okay? Or that you would, you know, offer something so small, all right? This person probably knows what they're worth, King of Pentacles. If this is the guy, and you're offering this, and I know that they're off the same suit, but it doesn't have to be the same person at the end of the day. If this is what you're offering here, in terms of a Knight of Pentacles energy, but then this will in no way suffice a King of Pentacles. Because even though a King of Pentacles is not necessarily a greedy person, he is all about the earthly pleasures. He really is. So he wants to basically live a lifestyle that befits him, that befits the lifestyle of a king. Okay? Which is why you might be feeling very frustrated, because you really don't know what to offer them or what else you can give to appease them, okay? And the Temperance card, I feel, therefore, as the advice card, is saying, you know what I mean, you've got to just choose your battles carefully. And you've got to try and work through things in a very kind of, don't just do things in the heat of the moment, because the Temperance card is about cooling down. So don't do things in the heat of the moment, even though the Hierophant, you know, it depends on how you read tarot. You know, I like to look at the deeper meaning of cards personally. That's how I do tarot. Even though the Hierophant on the outside is seen as being a very wise teacher, a very wise mentor, somebody who's very wise in the guidance that they give us. They're wise in their own guidance that they give us. So the guidance that they give us is based on what they believe to be true. But is it based on your truth? Do you see what I mean? It's all very well saying, well, the Hierophant is, because he is wise. You know, he's a high priest. He has been tutored in theology. He has learnt the ways of the law. But all of these things, you know, would you agree with what, I'm not going to bring religion into it, but what do you agree with? Do I agree with Catholicism? I was brought up as a Seventh-day Adventist. You know, I was brought up in a faith that celebrates the Sabbath on a Saturday rather than a Sunday. I can believe in the code of ethics to do with religion and the Ten Commandments and all of that lovely stuff. I believe in God, that there is a higher being that guides us all. I believe in angels 100%. I believe in all of that. But do I believe in the doctrines of Catholicism, for example? Well, no, I don't, because I was brought up in a different faith. We can all have a certain moral code. Do not kill, do not lie, do not steal, all of that stuff. So the general ethics of life, the things that every human being should adhere to. But when it comes to your own set of beliefs in terms of how you handle a situation, that's different. Because a Hierophant might have a different idea on how you would handle a situation than you would have. I've had many teachers in my life that have said, don't do this and don't do that. But what does my intuition tell me? And I feel that you need to kind of, instead of following what some external person tells you, because they say to you, it would be a good idea to do this now to save yourself bullshit later. That might not be the case with whoever it is that you're dealing with. So you could take the advice of the Hierophant, but is that the best advice that you should take? Because it seems to piss somebody off what you go and do, or what you go and say. So I just feel that you need to choose your battles carefully in the month of September, to be perfectly honest. I also feel that you need to be very rational with how you deal with situations, Cancerians, in the month of September 2016. I also feel that you need to be aware that sometimes what you offer and what you say to others, potentially in the month of September, they might not be on a level with. Because this king can be a very big-headed king as well. Look at him, he's draped in gold. He only ever expects the best. Can the Knight of Pentacles give this man the best? Well, no, he can't, because he's less than a king. So what he has to offer is significantly less than what a king would have to offer. So if you're trying to offer something to appease a King of Pentacles, he's probably, and it's small, smaller than what the King of Pentacles would expect, then it's possibly that he's going to say, well, no, I want more, because he's a King of Pentacles. And the King of Pentacles is ruled by Taurus. Usually he can be actually a Taurus or a Virgo individual, okay? Taurus, he's ruled by the motive. You see on his throne, the motive is the bull, okay? And a bull charges, a bull takes the lead, a bull in a china shop, somebody who never stops. But also the bull is a sign of wealth. Taurus is a sign of wealth. So if this person is ruled by material, earthly pleasures, having the best women, the best car, the best clothing, the best this, they're probably not going to be happy accepting this. Because this is a small portion, very small portion. If it's a goodwill gesture, this person, and you could see how this could probably be affiliated, because this guy takes all of the swords. He takes every single sword going, Cancerians. Every single sword. He's not taking one sword, he's not taking two swords, he's not taking three swords. He's taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's taking all 5 of the swords. And he's going to pick up the other 2 when them 2 people are gone. And that's how your King of Pentacles would be. A lot of people will probably disagree and say, well, no, he's fair. But he's draped in a load of gold. He's got everything. Everything. And he only ever expects the best. A lot of the time you see this type of character in a reading, this person only really expects the best. And he expects everything. Because that's how he is as an individual. So he'll expect, as a metaphor with this card, the best and to take everything. So he's not going to be expecting this. So for some of you guys, it might be that you're left frustrated because you just don't know what else to offer. Okay? So all I'm saying is, in the month of September, I feel that you will want to really get out of a situation that no longer serves you at all. The sun's gone down, the sun is setting on that situation now, and you're ready for a new adventure. And it just looks like you want to kind of make a quick hit on something and just offer something to appease someone. But they kind of got your number on that, I feel, for some of you guys, if you resonate with this reading. And this is why the Temperance card says, you know, be careful. Okay? Temper things. Be clever about things. Work things through properly, because you're dealing with opposition. The Temperance card is about 2 opposing forces, 2 opposing liquids, 2 opposing medicines, 2 opposing potions that this angel needs to mix and match together in order to get the right combination. So in the month of September, the advice is work diligently and be patient, because you're going to need to get the right combination together in order to satisfy a certain person in your life or a certain situation. It's not going to be a breeze, probably not going to be a breeze like that, the way you're going to be able to tie everything up just like that. You're probably going to need to kind of give a little bit more, if that makes any sense to you. But it's all good, because in the end, whatever this situation is, you're going to be free from it. We know you're not free from something because you've got the 8 of Swords. And whenever you've got the 8 of Swords, it means a lack of freedom in a certain way. It means you're racking your brains about something. But it can also literally mean I feel frustrated, literally. Okay? And some of you guys might be seeking other help. You might be just sheerly frustrated because somebody's not listening to you, which means that you go back to the drawing board. We're going to get an angel card reading very quickly on this reading, Cancerians, and see what the angels are coming up to for you. Universe Spirit, can you just give me some guidance, please, angels? What is the advice that you have for the zodiac sign of Cancerians in the month of September 2016? What is the advice that you have for the Cancerians? Show me. What is the advice that you have for the zodiac sign of Cancer in the month of September 2016? What day is it? What is the advice? What is the advice that you have for the zodiac sign of Cancer for the month of September 2016? Show me. It says yes. That's incredible. So I feel that what the angels are saying here is yes, move ahead with your plans. But don't let it be a case of, I feel that in tandem with this reading, what it's really saying is that don't let your plans be dependent on what somebody else accepts or doesn't accept within the month of September 2016. If you want to escape from the sun in reverse, then do it. Okay? Maybe the Temperance card means that you need to take a break and you need to heal and you need to take some time out for yourself and work out other plans. But the angels are definitely on your side, and they're saying move ahead with plans, yes. But be very careful. I still feel with this reading it's telling you to be very careful with what you do and how you do it. Okay, if you make a settlement, if you're in a relationship, you're not yet separated, you're still living in the same house, you want to make a goodwill gesture and your partner says no, not interested, then still take that holiday or still move ahead with the things that you're going to do to make your life feel better. But all the way with that temperance card, taking time to work through the issues, okay? Taking time to sort out things out so you do achieve that balance and harmony for yourself and also your partner. So don't take things for granted in the month of September 2016. Just work through the issues as best you can. But yes, still move ahead with plans, even if somebody is not there with you, even if somebody is refuting what you have to offer. Still carry on as if things are already sorted out, because then you'll find the more that you just carry on working with yourself, working to improve your life, working to improve your conditions, regardless of whatever is going on with another person, you'll soon find that in the end, balance will be achieved no matter what. That's your reading, Cancerians, for the month of September 2016. I would like to say thank you very, very much for using Carol's Universe, and I'll speak with you guys soon. Take care.